Okay, first off, I just want to say that I have stayed quiet so far. That is for a reason. I see way too many people online post info and make opinions of things without proper information. It bothers me to the point I lost most of my interest in trying to follow topics like political, local, and many others in the area of news and just basic information. It is especially bad when passed around regular users in an online group. Someone may post a theory and when someone just skims through it they think it's fact. Then when they pass it on it becomes fact, but something totally not related to the original theory or point of what the first person thought. I have seen this so much it has made me skeptical of everything. So with that said, you won't find me post anything until I have personally researched it. This doesn't mean I follow a link that a biased person posted which is involved in a topic I'm interested in. If I do post an opinion I try to specify because I still do have those and want to let others know the difference between opinion and fact. With that said, I am not perfect by any means. My intention with this is to spread this type of mindset. With the newly purposed River Forest Community School referendum, I have seen way too much that made me feel uneasy about it. I actually even felt that they were trained using the book Dirty Car Salesman for Dummies. So recently I started my research. There is a lot more hearsay with this being older, so please research yourself. But articles can be found online, and with this I will give you plenty of screenshots and links. In image 4 you will see the actual court document they filed for the referendum 1. I don't have a shot of it, but everyone knows this was promised for 4 years. This was filed for 7 years. I know so many people that keep saying that the first referendum will expire this year. So what's another 3 years behind your back? This little trick is also why they are able to claim the new referendum as being only another 72 cents. Not because it is 72 cents. Because 72 sounds much less than $1.19. I show what they project as losses $600,000 in many spots of my images and links. The funny thing that it's nowhere near what the newspaper says the now projected gains. Not including they still have your 42 cents for another 3 years. Why do they really want all this money? Maybe for more bonuses and raises for the teachers, which is what I hear. Please review court documents 1 and 2 and also image. I guess a 4-year referendum needed to fund teaching staff positions, and educational programming. I have mixed opinions on this area. First, the things we've seen done over the past 3 years include remodeling, hired 6-figure doctorate school principal, addition of a soccer team, and robotics team. The only thing they proved over the last 3 years from what they said on images 1 and 5 is, in my opinion, that I will never believe a word they say. This opinion isn't saying I don't like them or telling you don't vote yes or no. It's only stating my personal opinion of the two I referred to. If you research this year as I did, you will find the reason they are affected so much is because of poor finance management in the past, as this directly affects their ranking and dependence on the general fund. That is where the cuts are coming from. See image 6. This is because the other portion of a school's operating fund comes from taxes. They will argue it's because they are located in a lower income level area. Which is actually partly true, because lower property values, that means the schools will have less local funding and rely more on the state. But the most important part in this whole theory is proper budgeting. You can read more on this from the State Impact website in the links I left. The next mixed opinion is legislation allowing local tax funds to be used in schools was made around the same time as the cuts to help the schools and to try to not rely on the general fund. So with new legislation, I believe, personal opinion, that the robotics and sports teams weren't originally planned when they were making the broken promises. That because in this new legislation I'm mentioning, it specifically says can't be used for general educators, only special classes or sports, which is what they used it for. Robotics and soccer are sports and special classes. I think they didn't research or just not understand the new funding. I do also think when this legislation was sold, the creators used the same tactics used on them by not giving all the facts. So I guess karma maybe? I'm not gonna go into as much detail for the next few items I have for you. I'm trying to represent facts and it's hard to keep my opinion out of this. I have probably already beat the dead horse dead again, but here we go. I'm gonna get into the new purposed referendum, which will be 10 to 20 cents lower the first year or two, but 6 to 7 of the years will be $1.19 per $100 of your home property tax assessment. You will find from my research that this will hurt many people. I previously owned a $130,000 property in Porter County. The taxes I paid from 2005 to 2015 were $650. My family members in this area with 20 to 40% lower assessments with same exemptions I had paid $23,000 every year with lower assessments. Lake County is already one of the highest taxed properties in the state and even in the country. Affected residents will finally get a break in about a year, and they want to use that as a sales pitch to act like it won't hurt because your cut you have been waiting for forever will go to them. So the next 8 years inflation will hit you hard because you won't see the cut. They claim we are a B school now because our improvements. The niche site in image 7 will show a C or C+, while the figure also shows terribly low academics. So, sorry, the last referendum shouldn't be your sales pitch. Now let me tell you some things they don't want you to know. Image 8 will show you that the average household income of a family from River Forest School makes about $40,000 a year. My family is real close to this, while the 42-cent one was give or take about $400 a year. That's quite a hit, but manageable. Now the new referendum is nearly 3 times that, making it more than 1,000 for a good chunk of these people. Now the figures, which I believe were created to give false views. Like saying the assessments are so low in the area, so for most, they will only see $15 to $20 a month. But after studying the demographics like I supplied, it's obvious they use the lowest income area they have. And since they make these charts hard to read, I would wager a high sum on the idea that most can't understand them. Before I go into chart design, let me give you a few facts about these families I'm talking about. You know, the ones that are gonna take this tax hit. How about River Forest has around 1,400 students. You will see in image 9 that of houses in the River Forest School demographic, 605 households are collecting food stamps and or other types of government assistance. So I can't seem to understand how they think that everyone can afford this. I'm not posting an image or link because I didn't have to research this, cause I already have recently. But of the small number of people I checked on a for fun search I did, I found that probably half or more Lake Station residents have delinquent taxes. If anyone can give the percent of tax lien properties in the area, feel free to comment please, as the previous statement is only speculation. And many that I personally knew or seen on the in.gov site were in higher income levels than what they say they are being affecting. And if their family in their area are lower income, then there is even a greater chance they already struggle with the tax bills. By the way, I would also place a wager that 605 families equated to at least 700 students. So it's probably safe to say half the students at the school are from families that get help for food, but you want them to give you hundreds of dollars on your word that you're going to maintain. Again? Maybe you should see figure cash flow assumptions that says you are gonna 3% interest growth, a 5% enrollment income growth, or how about figure 10 that shows they are getting an 8% tax cut. I would think with some cuts and using the projected income increase you could maintain on 42 cents. Oh, I forgot, the newspaper article already showed them having gains. It's funny when the argument comes that a lot of them just rent anyways. Why is this relevant, I ask? I could only wonder if I was a owner that took the hit and had it rented to someone. Why would I take the hit? The renter will most likely. So yes, this will affect owners and renters. So thought I was slick. But after seeing the 17 charts you did to make the circuit breaker look like it would destroy you, that it was just pure genius. If you could only put those brains into creating a working budget that maintains without hurting the citizens, you would be awesome. But instead, after reviewing every single chart, I came up with 2 categories. The first will be charts that make the dollar amount of lost income look terrible by using higher numbers, or I can actually say the real numbers. Then the other one. The one where what you needed from us don't look bad because you used hard to label this because I couldn't find it accurate, what you called thousands. So what you need from us, you used numbers to the thousands? And numbers that represented your losses were the, maybe, real numbers which happened to be in the millions. Now this part 1 could be very wrong, but I think I may have found thousands numbers and millions numbers that represented the same figure on the different kinds of charts, and what I'm referring to you will see. The $1,200,000 which showed a operating budget. I found which I believe is the same figure on the other kind of thousands chart. In this chart it says figures are in thousand and the number was 12,000 something. So if you divide 1,200,000 by the 12,000 representing the same figure, it comes out to 100. That would mean it's in hundreds and not thousands. It's possible I was deceived by the language, which was obviously the intention. You can find all this said info on the remaining images. I want to say that everything you heard me say that you can't find on my links or in my screenshots is my personal opinion. I want to make sure people voting on this have the proper information. The feedback I have received was that anyone that tried to acquire information just got confused. So please do not vote no because you read this. I tried to explain what I found doing my own research. Please fact check what I found. I would love to have an adult conversation on it. You can comment on my YouTube or Facebook. Any negative comments will be removed and I will shut down commenting. So please make your own opinions and take this as an eye-opener to research online. There is endless information. I want to tell the school board members. If you want me to make an online calculator for users to use online, I would offer my services for free to make sure it was available to everyone in a timely manner. As it's not hard or expensive. All you have to do is give me the formula. By the way, are you releasing this just a few days before the actual vote? Seems to me it would be hard to pass around in time for everyone to use it before voting. Anyways, thanks for watching or reading. Closing thoughts. I made this in hopes it would be an eye-opener. It seems that it is near impossible to have an online debate or even just post an article over political, school-related, or heck, who am I fooling? Online anything in an adult matter. What I mean, I hope this is watched or read completely and do your own research before even commenting on this. A heads up. If I do see negative comments, I will remove them, and if I have to turn off commenting, I will just try again. I am not saying and willing to delete comments because I don't agree with them. That is just childish and hypocritical of what I stand for. Also, please don't comment if it's only to police my grammar. I don't do this often and it has been a long time since I was in school. The only acceptable comments of this nature are ones that would sway someone's opinion negatively or positively. As side, I wanted to get facts public and give residents some resources and information that just hasn't been, in my opinion, properly supplied. Also, with the language of what's provided by the requesting side is very hard to decipher. While it is only my opinion this was intentional, the fact remains that it is hard to fully comprehend. For this reason, it is very possible some of this information may not be perfect, which is why I am beating the dead horse on the necessity to follow the links and or do some research and don't make an opinion just on hearsay. Here is what I believe they will battle this article with. First, by going over every piece I supplied with a fine-tooth comb. They will try to find ways to make the skewed language make it look inaccurate, or try to find a mistake, which I'm sure there could be one, even though that wholeheartedly is not my intention, and try to slander me to make the source unreliable. But as said, that won't bother me one bit, and if you to do the research I keep requesting of you, I think you won't have an issue coming up with the same answer I got. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share this as much as possible, and also would be great if you hit the red subscriber button. This is the Machinist signing off.